Hello everybody, how you doing? This is the Exotic Bourbon Hunter coming to you from 5-Star Liquors. This is going to be a real treat today, everybody. You ready for this? 5-Star Liquors is going to guarantee you a 5-star experience. Stay tuned for this latest episode of the Exotic Bourbon Hunter. Forget about it. Bada bing, bada boom.
Wow!
5-Star Liquors and Wine. The owner is Sam Patel, and the other gentleman is Ed, who is a plethora of knowledge, located at 3861 Wekiva Springs Road, Longwood, Florida, 32779. There's their email address and their phone number. Here we are on our trip over to Wekiva Springs, over to go to 5-Star Liquors, and this is what Florida's famous for. Their oranges. Look at those, beautiful. So right before you come out to Wekiva Springs State Park over here in Florida, stop by 5-Star Liquors. Get your liquid nullification as you cruise on the springs. We also have Wekiva Springs Island too. You get beers and you get other good things over there, some spirits and some food. All right, everybody, Wekiva Springs, 5-Star Liquors coming at you. All right, here we're gonna go walk right in, and as soon as you walk right into the store here, you are literally inundated with store picks after store picks after store picks. I will be fortunate enough to get a little bit of some descriptions on these from Ed, who is one of the superstars here over at 5-Star Liquors. He puts the 5 stars in 5-Star Liquor, I'm going to tell you that. And his knowledge is astronomical. But from here, we're going to go into some of our other things here in the store. I mean, there's hidden gems everywhere you look. You can come in here on a day and you don't even know. Something may be hidden on a shelf here. They have their own wild turkey, single barrel pick. I just had some of this Green River this morning, and I'm telling you, I will be walking away with one of these bottles today. I will do a little review possibly if you guys are interested. Now we're gonna go over here. We have some Forgate. This is one of the other locations here which has some Forgate. It's going to be their Brazilian Amburana oak. We got into some Stranahan, some Noble Oak, into the Chattanooga whiskey here. And then we also have some Clyde Mays going into some Canadian proof. Here is their barrels. If they're going to have something here that's hidden, the hidden gems are going to be over here in their barrels. They have amazing things to enjoy over here. All right, everybody, this is going to be the best part about this episode. I have Ed here. He is a plethora of information when it comes to bourbons. So without any further ado, this is going to be Ed to help go over some of their store picks over here at 5-Star Liquors. Ed, thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate it.
Hi, welcome guys. I just want to let you guys know that we have an abundance of store picks constantly coming through here, always changing. Great quality, great bang for the buck. And the guys involved in the picks are great. Everybody who works here, and a lot of our great friends and guys in the whiskey clubs. But anytime you come in, Sam's Whiskey Wall has usually got all of our store picks here. And we have everything going from a regular 80 proof right up to 125, 130 proofs. And you can always find something. There's something for you in this store. We list everything at recommended price. We don't jack prices up here. And I try to have things open every single weekend for everybody to try. Today's going to be this pepper rye. Wonderful pick, 110 proof. Absolutely loaded with flavor. And another secret here is this Rittenhouse. This is an amazing single barrel pick for 33 bucks. You're going to have a tough time beating the quality. But our bourbons and our whiskeys and some of our scotches are just off the shelf great quality. You come on down and talk to me and I'll be glad to show you around the store. There is so much, it's going to be really hard to go through every single one, but we have a lot of unique expressions here for you guys to take a look at.
Also, as you walk right in here, you can see they got their Widow Jane the Vault, age 15 years. We also have Widow Jane 10 year, Widow Jane Applewood, Widow Jane Paradigm Rye. We have some bootleg series here. And we got some other goodies here, including some chicken cock over here. But they're starting to get busy in here, so that's going to be my cue to
which I'm happy about.
Smoke this joint, everybody. So here we are, guys. We're over here. These are their barrels, and like I said, their barrels over here, they have hidden stuff all located in here. They have some Remus Repeal over here in the back. They got some Noah's Mill over here, Heaven's Door. They even have a bottle of Travelers hiding over here. And then you're going to go over here and you have some more Remus Repeal over here. We have some Garrison Brothers. We also have Rowan's Creek and the Remus. And this is going to be another one of those places where you're not going to want to sleep on the bottom shelf here. Old St. Nick over here and some Rabbit Hole. But they're going to have some hidden gems on the bottom shelf. And I'm going to tell you this, you will be impressed with what they have on the bottom shelf. Here's the Penelope Toasted. The Toasted just came out recently. We also have the Penelope Architect, which is the Bourbon Hunter's one of his favorite ones for the Penelope lineup. We have 3 chords in Old Elk 4 grain. And then down here on the next shelf, we got some Murray Hill Club. We're going to continue over here to the Old Barrel, into the Heaven's Door over here. And then from the Heaven's Door, we're going to keep on going over here to the right, minus the moonshine. And then here we go, we're starting to get to that bottom shelf, and we have some 13 colonies here. We also have our 4-gate. This is why you don't sleep on the bottom shelf. We got 4-gate and also some 13 colony. This is going to be their weeded, I believe.
So you guys out getting in trouble today?
Every day.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to start from the bottom row and work our way up. I'm becoming old, so my back isn't what it used to be. But, you know, you never know what's hiding on the bottom shelf. As you saw before, they had some 4-gate on the bottom shelf earlier. They've got some Screwball over here, some of their flavored stuff. And then we go into their Mill of Corn, into the Copper's Craft and Early Times. And then we go into the Seagram 7 and the Ancient Age, into the Evan Williams. Now, never sleep on the Benchmark, like I said. Benchmark is a great beginner bourbon. And now we're going to graduate to the next shelf. We're going to go into our Seagram's VO, to the Canadian Mist Whiskey. And now we get into the Heaven's Door and the Ghost Hill, Texas. And then we go into our Bullet Barrel pick, or excuse me, our Bullet Bourbon Barrel Strength, into the Rye, and then the Bullet Bourbon. Now we're going to continue over here. We got their Benchmark Single Barrel, into the top floor, the Bonded. Then we have our Yellowstones. We have our Russell 6, into the Russell Single Barrel here, Rye Whiskey. And then we're going to go into the Russell's Reserve 10 year and the Single Barrel. From there, we have our Wild Turkey Rare Breed and Rare Breed Rye, into the 101 Rye, and into the Wild Turkey 101. Now, I don't have to sweat as much, and we're going to go back into our short barrel, toasted barrel. We have our Copper's Craft and Maker's Mark. Still have not lucked out. Still have not found a slam dunk yet. One of these days I will. Jose did find one. One of my awesome subscribers sent me a photograph, and I was impressed with what he found. Here we have our Bardstown, into the St. Augustine, and the Ragged Branch. From there we have our Evan Williams, and we're going to our Larceny. It's going to be batch, it comes in a 30 beans. We have our Old Forester products over here, including the Statesman, and they have it hiding, but they have the 1920 Prohibition Old Forester coming in at 63 beans. There we're going to continue into our Old Grandad 114 and our Old Grandad Bonded. And then we're going to go up here and we have our Crown Royals. We have the Northern Rye here and the Reserve. Peach, Black. Then we got our Chicken Cocks, Island Roosters, their Rye, and then their straight bourbon. Into Jim Beam. Jim Beam, we have the single barrel, the Rye, Devil's Cut, Double Oak, and Black Extra Age. We have giant bottles of Elijah Craig. The 1.75 liter bottles are coming in at $68.99 for the Rye, and coming in $34.99 for the 750 milliliter bottle. The Rittenhouse, into New Rift, and our Four Roses. They have a nice little Michter's lineup here. They have the American, they have the small batch, single barrel rye, and then the small batch original sour mash. Then we're going to go into our single barrel Jack Daniel's rye. And they also have winter here, Jack Daniel's bonded, triple mashed, and bonded. We had our Tennessee Fire, and then our regular JD. Then we're going to come up here into our Dickel. We have our Kentucky Straight Bourbon, which is Wilderness Trail, both their bourbon and their rye. We had Bladeshaw, into the Jefferson's Ocean, and then the Reserve. From there we have our Heaven's Door, into the Whistling Pig. We even have Whistling Pig 18 here, which is coming in, I'm not quite sure. But then we go into our Old Elk. They have a beautiful selection of Old Elk products here. Their cigar cut is right here at the end, which is highly sought after. Into the Lux Row, into the
before show.
But we have our Basil Haydens here, into the Burrell. They have the Angel's Envy Rye over here, into the Knob Creek. They do have Knob Creek 7 years over here, which is going to be a rye. It's a beautiful little Christmas gift box. And then we go back into our Kentucky Owl here. And they actually have the Kentucky Owl, looks like that's batch 10, coming at 350 beans. Then we go into our Woodford Reserve Double Oak. I'm about to kill my first bottle of this. And I got a store pick, which will be opening here very shortly. Now we're going to go back up to the top here. And this is on the top shelf. We have our Boss Hog, Fox and Odin, into the Blue Run. We have Peerless Rye Whiskey, into the Milam and Green. We have our Smoke Wagon. We have the uncut, unfiltered here. Small batch. We have our Horse Soldier, into some Hill Rock. Hill Rock is coming in at 165 beans. You have the Burrell Craft Spirit, and they have some things up here I've never seen before. This is the Exotic Bourbon Hunter coming to you with a conclusion of the 5-star liquor hunt. I was wooed and wowed beyond belief. If you ever have a chance to be able to go over the 5-star liquors over in Wekiva Springs, I highly recommend it. They are one of the best places for store picks, and then on top of that, Ed's knowledge on their store picks, and he probably helped pick most of them, is phenomenal. He is literally a plethora of knowledge. Everybody, forget about it. And I hope you enjoyed the content today. I'll be following up with a little bit of a video here going over what I picked up at my hunt today. Alright guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that like button. Forget about it. Take it easy. Bada bing, bada boom.